Imagine the possibility of unraveling the most intimate mysteries of female pleasure, transcending the common knowledge of most. Imagine the ability to master the most sensitive nerve points of a woman and completely transform the dynamics of your connection with her. Understanding what truly ignites passion and establishes a bond is crucial, even more so than mastering technique. In this video, we will delve into the study of human sexuality and unveil the relevance of foreplay in women's satisfaction. Most of the nerve endings involved in female pleasure are located on the external surface of the vulva, debunking the erroneous belief that penetration is always essential. We will explore how incorporating novel elements, such as erotic toys and stimulators, can enrich the experience, enhancing satisfaction and strengthening the emotional bond, both individually and together. In Denmark, approximately 70% of the population enjoys vibrators during foreplay, while in Finland and Sweden, the percentages are 65% and 60% respectively. Unlike more traditional cultures that distrust or reject the use of these accessories, these countries show a more receptive and curious attitude towards sexuality. The perception of oral sex varies widely according to culture in different parts of the globe. In certain regions, it is seen as an inherent facet of passion and foreplay, while in other areas, such as the Pacific Islands and some parts of developed Asia, it may be judged as morally inappropriate or even unpleasant. The fascination with this cultural contrast lies in how sexual customs are shaped by the values and beliefs of each community. In certain regions of Africa, oral sex is viewed as extremely unnatural, and various religious beliefs deem it sinful. Ethical evaluations of sexual behaviors reveal a wealth of information about how sexuality is experienced and understood in different societies, directly impacting how people live and express their sexuality. Generally, women require more time to become aroused to reach climax, often around 20 minutes. It is essential to take this moment to fully immerse oneself in the experience, allowing enjoyment to gradually grow to its fullest extent. It is fundamental to consider the uniqueness of each individual. Certain women can reach climax in less than a minute by stimulating themselves, while others may require a longer period and dedication. According to the American Sociological Association, sexual pleasure reaches its peak in the presence of loving feelings. When two people unite intimately, the loving act transforms into an intense emotional connection that enhances the experience. It has also been observed that men who participate in household chores tend to enjoy a more active sex life, suggesting that sexual appetite is closely linked to the feeling of being appreciated and respected by their partner in a relationship. It is surprising that the United States has a greater number of regulations controlling sexual behaviors compared to any European nation. This includes unexpected prohibitions, such as limiting the use of erotic objects in states like Alabama or banning flirting in San Antonio, Texas. These regulations reflect the deeply rooted attitudes in American cultural and moral society, which often differ from the openness seen in European nations. Another curiosity is that in Indiana, oral sex is prohibited, while in Minnesota, it is illegal to sleep without clothes. These norms may seem outdated to many. However, they reflect the way sexual ethics are regulated in ways that may appear peculiar to individuals from different cultural traditions. According to research, showing curiosity for sexual content like that presented in this video could have repercussions on your intimate life. Evidence has been found that those who engage with such material, whether by liking or subscribing to channels like Chronicles of Stoic Intimacy, enjoy more fulfilling orgasms and longer-lasting intimate relationships According to research published in the Journal of Sex Research, 95% of women and 90% of men consider the primary way their partners show interest in having sex is through physical contact. This situation highlights the importance of touch in sexual and emotional interaction. Delicate contact and subtle caresses have the power to create a deep bond and foster a fulfilling intimate encounter. In a study conducted with 40,000 men, it was found that 90% of participants reported feeling more attractive when the woman took the initiative in the sexual realm. This situation challenges the preconceived idea that men are always the ones to take the initiative in intimate matters, highlighting the relevance of reciprocity and frank communication in relationships. Furthermore, about 75% of these men agreed that wearing overly bulky clothing decreases attraction towards a woman. According to this information, visual appearance continues to be relevant in the game of seduction, and aesthetic aspects can influence sexual attraction. Foreplay is not limited to the physical. Setting a romantic environment with seductive toned flowers, scented candles, and soft music can increase excitement and satisfaction. The importance of the environment in which sexual activity is practiced is highlighted by this concern for the ambiance. For many women, foreplay is essential to the climax. Only 1/3 of women manage to experience climax exclusively through vaginal penetration. This data confirms the relevance of foreplay as a fundamental element of sexual intimacy, often ignored or overlooked. There are stories of a man experiencing 6 consecutive orgasms with reduced intensity in less than 40 minutes. This tale challenges common ideas about men's sexual reactions by proposing the possibility that they can experience multiple orgasms similarly to women in certain situations. There are also stories of ecstatic sensations unrelated to genital organs caused by psychedelic drugs, suggesting that the experience of orgasm can be more diverse and sophisticated than previously thought. Because the brain regions activated during climax are also triggered during moments of pain, the experience of orgasm sometimes resembles suffering. This astonishing information makes us reflect on the close relationship that exists in the human brain between pleasure and suffering, and how sensations can intertwine in surprising ways. Climax is an intense and complex experience, despite experts not having fully unraveled how the brain differentiates between sensations of pain and pleasure. Any action that increases passion in a relationship, such as kisses, caresses, hugs, and conversations, can be considered a prelude. The initial description may change, depending on each individual's sexual taste, and convictions. According to recent research conducted in Australia, it was discovered that most women feel more excited during foreplay caresses than during the sexual act itself. This event highlights the relevance of investing time and care in the preliminary stages, which are often considered merely a path to a goal, but also have the potential to be a rich source of enjoyment in themselves. According to Shape magazine, women enjoy a foreplay session of about 20 minutes, in contrast to men who usually limit themselves to a scant 10 minutes. The difference in time between them can significantly influence the emotional connection and sexual satisfaction that partners experience. The time needed to reach climax varies for each individual. However, generally, women experience an orgasm lasting approximately 18 seconds, while men do so in about 22 seconds. This information makes us reflect on the intensity of climax, which is a high-impact experience that transcends variations in sexual response. Approximately 20% of women in the United States have never experienced the bliss of having multiple orgasms throughout their lives. The duration of orgasm can vary depending on age, type of sexual stimulation, and whether it is achieved through masturbation or during sexual intercourse. Various factors influence this aspect. These components highlight the diversity of intimate experiences and the relevance of understanding individual needs in a loving connection. According to a survey, 85% of men state that their partners have experienced orgasms during intimate acts, while only 64% of women confirm having done so. This knowledge reveals that there is still a significant difference in communication and understanding of sexual needs between men and women. After experiencing climax, men go through a refractory period during which it is impossible for them to reach another climax. The duration of this period is determined by various factors, such as age, partner, and sexual experience. As we age, the length of climax reduces, which could have repercussions on the intimacy of couples who have been together for a long time. Research reveals that men and women can maintain a friendship, challenging the traditional belief that friendship between opposite sexes cannot exist without involving romantic feelings. It is rumored that semen has rejuvenating properties for the skin and is considered an anti-aging treatment, although medical experts do not fully support this idea. There is a higher possibility that men who fall asleep believe that women desire to have intimate relations with them. Men who opt for more unusual sexual experiences may experience a more beneficial release of endorphins during intimate acts, generating a sense of happiness comparable to that caused by opioids. It is essential to perform calculations and precautions once ovulation has occurred, as at that time the woman's egg is in its fertile period, lasting between 24 and 48 hours, while male sperm can remain active in the female body for up to 5 days. On some occasions, sperm have been found to remain active for up to a week after intimate relations, underscoring the importance of using contraceptive methods and planning the family. Only 18% of women experience orgasm exclusively through vaginal penetration, while reaching climax during sexual intercourse with a partner triggers the release of an antidiuretic hormone, which could cause complications when urinating afterward. It is advisable to empty the bladder as soon as possible after having sex to prevent urinary tract infections. According to a study conducted in 2022, oral sex is one of the most desired intimate practices by heterosexual men. This number illustrates the evolution of mindsets regarding sexuality and the growing tolerance towards practices that were once considered prohibited. About 40% of British inhabitants claim to have experienced sexual damage in their relationships. The most extensive documented penis reaches a length of 48 centimeters and, according to its owner, has had unfavorable consequences in his life. This information evidences how ideas and expectations about the body can influence sexuality. Around 42% of women assure that they regularly use vibrators in the company of their sexual partners. Likewise, a 2019 sexuality study revealed that women could experience climax solely through the stimulation of their breasts. The average duration of sexual intercourse ranges between 1 and 2 minutes, being optimal from 5 to 8 minutes and preferable from 10 to 15 minutes. If it prolongs beyond half an hour, it might seem exaggerated. This data makes us reflect on the importance of quality in the sexual experience over the amount of time invested in it. According to a survey conducted with adult women between 20 and 59 years old, it is estimated that around 18% of women experience orgasms while exercising. Understanding this topic reveals the intricate nature of female sexual responses and how they can be triggered by various stimuli. On average, women tend to have 4 sexual partners, whereas men tend to have 7. It is crucial for a woman to appreciate and accept her body in its entirety, as her perception of her genitalia can influence her sexual dysfunction. The evidence of this high league HTS the importance of self-acceptance and having faith in the body to enjoy a full and healthy sexual life. Women with elevated testosterone levels may feel a greater inclination towards self-stimulation than maintaining intimate relations with others. Some new mothers are anxious to resume their intimate life before completing the 6-week recovery period recommended by medical professionals, since the sensations caused by erect nipples stimulate the same brain region as sensations from the cervix and clitoris. Nipples are considered sensual areas of the body. Approximately 3/4 of men experience climax during sexual activity. Sexual fulfillment stimulates brain areas linked to anxiety reduction. Men who enjoy intimate encounters at least twice a week are less likely to suffer from heart diseases. It is advisable to have your own condoms, as the time latex condoms have been in possession of your partner is uncertain, given that they have a lifespan of 3 to 5 years. If you keep condoms in your wallet for more than a month, they are more likely to break. Experiencing a daily climax can decrease the chances of suffering from prostate cancer. Sexual activity reduces tension 10 times more than the medication Valium. It increases the likelihood of acquiring sexually transmitted diseases when shaving the genital area. When women wear high-heeled shoes, their buttocks appear to be 25% more voluminous. According to data, 5.8 million women have opted for the emergency pill after having sex. It is essential to regularly visit a gynecologist, as several of the most serious sexually transmitted diseases may not show symptoms for a period of 3 to 5 years. If you found this useful, do not hesitate to share this video with your loved ones. Remember to subscribe to Chronicle S of Stoic Intimacy and give it a like. We greatly appreciate it and hope to see you again soon.